I've been hiding in the silence all these years gone by, masking who I am inside just to survive. But today I found my voice. I'm ready to be free. On the radio tonight, the world will hear me. I'm standing on the edge of glory. Not for fame, but for telling my story. I was born this way, and now I see the edge of glory is the truth in me. On the edge of glory. They said I was broken. They said I was wrong, but I kept my fire burning quiet all along. Now the curtain's lifting, and I won't hide. This is my moment, my truth, my pride. I'm standing on the edge of glory. Not for fame, but for telling my story. I was born this way, and now I see the edge of glory is the truth in on the edge of glory. On the edge of glory. Tonight I rise and I tell my story. On the edge of glory. On the edge of glory.
Okay, and you've just heard right there, I'm on the edge of telling my story from Autistic Zone. And we've actually got the singer-songwriter in here, songwriter of this very talented song to tell us all about, the making of this song and how that's all come about and to tell her story. So this has been quite long awaited today, and I would like to introduce everyone to Lolly. Good morning, Lolly. How are you?
Good morning. And I have to say pretty quick, I can't sing. I do wish I could sing, but absolutely not. But I can write a song.
Oh, you can certainly write a song. And they were very interesting lyrics, very deep lyrics there that I've heard. Can you tell me a little bit about what made you make this song, Lolly?
I've been wanting to see a change in the system for a while, and I kept trying to get on the radio, this specific radio station, actually, because A, all right, it's close to me, and B, it sounded like it was really friendly and that they'd let me have a chance to come on air.
Well, you've certainly got that chance now, and it's nice. It's nice to make a new friend in you, Lolly. So welcome aboard. And you have an amazing story to tell. Not just an amazing story. I think you've got many amazing stories to tell us, and you'll be joining us for well, for the near future to get a lot of out of there as much as you can. Can you tell me what these stories are about, or what we're going to learn about from you over the next coming podcasts?
Well, I'm quite excited, really, because originally I thought I was just going to come on the radio and just talk, and I wasn't sure quite how I'd do it because I have quite severe anxiety, but I just wanted to do it anyway because, I want to have other people that have got anxiety, they can get out there. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect, we can get it done. And then I discovered songs. And I went through quite a hard time, and I wrote a song, and every time I played the song, it helped me regulate. And so that's why I started writing songs, to heal, to regulate myself, to change the narrative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So anxiety, it took you a lot to get here today from your anxiety. I hear you were telling me, but you did it anyway. And I am so grateful that you took that courage and you just did it anyway. I love that. I absolutely love that. And I love that you're here and you're able to share these experiences as well. And anxiety is one thing, and I think we can all, appreciate that, especially in different times in our lives. But you've got something that's quite unique as well to you, don't you, Lily?
Well, I am. You see, I'm quite special. That's how I'd like to view it. Initially I thought it was some sort of damn curse, but heck, a year and a half's passed, and I'd say being autistic is absolutely damn awesome.
It is a superpower. I have a young boy who is autistic too, and I think that you're just some of the most unique, creative, wonderful human beings on the planet. So I can't wait to hear some of the stories, because with autism, when we're just talking about the pros there, about how you're a superpower, along comes the not so great things that come along with that. And we're going to deep dive into some of those things as well, aren't we?
We certainly will be. I think being somebody that's late diagnosed, whoa, that's a whole different world. To get into your 60s, and then because your daughter's diagnosed and you're asked to be diagnosed, and for the time to be told that you are, was like shocking. I think I cried for 3 months. All right, I've got a lot of other things happening. I've got complex post-traumatic stress disorder and other stuff we shall discover as we go along, because I do love to talk about it.
Yeah, and I think that talking about it is the exact thing that we need to do, because, I know a lot of people that are affected by anxiety, but it seems that the autism rates are going up and up and up, and, those spectrums are becoming broader, so, it's affecting more and more people in our society. And I also believe, PTSD is a huge thing that unfortunately, people will be able to, what's the brain fart word I'm thinking of there? Relate to.
Absolutely. They can relate to it. You've got no idea how much relating people do. You've got no idea how many people out there traumatised. Life's hard, it's tough, and people get traumatised. Luckily, post-traumatic stress disorder can be worked with, and it is effective. If you've got complex post-traumatic stress disorder, you're a little bit more stuffed, I have to admit, and you need to work a lot harder in.
Okay, and there you go. I'm not crazy. We're all a little crazy around here. But what makes you not crazy? What brought the inspiration for that song there, Lily?
Well, I went to see one of my friends. I was homeless. And so I went all the way to Queensland to see a friend to try and sort of park up at her place. And her sister said, I remember you. You were the crazy lady. And I thought, oh, yeah. Little does she know. And by then, I discovered that I was autistic. And I already knew that I'd got post-traumatic stress disorder. And I also found out that I'd got complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and they're quite different. But a lot of people have got post-traumatic stress disorder, and people sometimes think I'm crazy or something like that, but it's not. It's a mixture of the autism and the complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It can appear like all sorts of things because it's trauma. That's what it is. It's trauma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and raising awareness about trauma is what I feel you're getting at here. Is that the end goal? Or
Really? You think that I'm interested in things to do with trauma? Yeah, really? I mean, most of my songs have got the word trauma in them, so I don't know, but, I might maybe have a little bit of an obsession about it.
I think it might be all about raising awareness for trauma-based things, and different mental health issues around trauma-informed care, and having that awareness is...
Especially for people with post-traumatic stress disorder, they have a bad experience because, like, post-traumatic stress disorder, you've had a bad experience, yes, and shit has happened to you, yeah? And you're really feeling it, it's affecting every part of your life, and it's hard to get out of your brain. That's post-traumatic stress disorder. Whereas if we look at complex post-traumatic stress disorder, that's often a childhood thing. So if a child it comes from a dysfunctional family, let's be polite, let's call it dysfunctional family, bad shit's happening, then they're likely to have complex post-traumatic stress disorder because basically it happens over and over and over, and it interferes with, I'm not sure whether it's called genes or DNA, but it actually modifies the structure of the brain and the personality, and therefore it's like it's hardwired in. It's not a choice anymore. It's in there, and it's not coming back out again easily. You can't go back to what the child was before it happened. Now, in an adult, it's quite different. Shall I tell you about the army people?
Yes, please, if you can, because I'm just listening in absolute awe here, because I'm unaware. I'm unaware of the differences. I'm thankful I'm not a person that has PTSD or CPTSD. So, this is
complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
The C stands for complex.
Yes, I'm learning here.
Right, so let's talk about soldiers then, because one of my best friends, he's got post-traumatic stress disorder, but it's not as complex. He's a soldier, was a soldier, let's say. He's now in his late 70s. And so when people go to war and they're not comfortable with all that stuff, it can affect them really strongly, and they don't feel they've got much choice, and they still go through it. And it slowly alters their reactions to everything. It makes them hyper aware. They start to not to be able to sleep at night. Their brain starts to alter. Everything alters within them. And once somebody's gone through that and it's been embedded, because it's repeated over and over and over, it's not a once-off thing. No, it's a repetition over time. And that repetition over time really digs it in deep and makes it so it's a part of your personality. And that's a lot harder to work with. Not impossible, but it does require a lot more work.
So, like, changes the actual chemicals like the amygdala and all that sort of, like, all the, those tracks, those pathways in the brain, it just completely changes.
Well, wouldn't you love to know? How about we do a podcast just on the subject of how it shrinks your amygdala and all the other things it actually does? So, you do, but the luckily thing is our brains I've got plasticity. But hey, did I say that I used to be a health consultant, by the way?
No, you did not. So this is where all this clever stuff's coming up
Yeah,
from.
also a clinical hypnotherapist, which, believe it or not, means I can go and work in hospitals on quite complex cases. I can work alongside doctors. So there's a few things you don't yet know about me. I can't wait to tell you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. She's full of all hat tricks here, aren't you? A very talented woman. And I'm just so grateful about you being here. Can you tell me a little bit more about what it is that, that you just decided anyway, shake the nerves and the courage to come through?
Well, today it was really tough. I have to say today was really tough. I got changed to go do my chickens. Yeah, I got dressed to do chickens, and I couldn't actually get undressed out of my chicken clothes into any other clothes because I was so dysregulated. Oh, by the way, I'm sure folks would love to hear about dysregulation as well. I've got a song all about dysregulation.
Okay, let's have we got that now?
I said it straight, you turned your face, twisted my meaning out of place. You tell me calm, you tell me please, but all I feel is no release. It's not the lights, it's not the sound, it's how my words get beaten down. It's how you smirk, dismiss my tone, and leave me bleeding on my own. This is my meltdown. I'm not okay. I'm not your puzzle to explain away. I'm autistic. This is real, not some broken way to feel. I don't need saving, don't need control. I need respect, I need to fold. So don't fix me, don't oversee. Just back the hell off. Let me be me. You call it rude, you call it rash. You talk in circles, dodge and dash. You say I'm cold, I'm hard to hear. You never ask what's really near. It's years of masks and silent screams. It's breaking down behind the scenes. It's grief that no one ever sees. It's how you say you're just too deep. This is my meltdown. Not a game, not attitude, and not my shame. I'm autistic, I need space. Not one more smile slapped on my face. Don't block my path, don't talk me down. Don't tell me how to spin around. I don't need grace, I don't need plea. I need some damn truth. Let me be me. This is overload, not attack. It's my mind pushed past the cracks. This is years of being small, and one more shove, so here it falls. This is my meltdown. See it clear. I'm not your fear. I'm standing here. I'm autistic. I break out when silence isn't safe to shout. So if you love me, let it be. Don't try to calm what needs to free. Don't ask me why. Don't make me flee. Just let me be. Let me be me.
And we're back with This Is My Meltdown. We're here with Lolly from Autistic Zone. And Lolly, wow, that was a really deep song there. Masking, that was really apparent to me. I heard the song was, can you Tell me a little bit more about masking.
Masking, well, geez,
Autism.
masking. I thought when people said that autistics masked, I thought, how rude. But you know what was funny was I actually gaslit myself. I believed all my life that because I came from a dysfunctional family and terrible things were happening to me, to all of us for that sake, and my meltdowns were just seen as disobedience and willfulness and all that stuff. But it...
Trying to answer that, but it brings me to another one in the lyrics said, this is overload, not attack. So
Overload, that's it. I just got
Yeah,
overloaded
so
and I
that's-
couldn't
you
even
just
remember
brought me
where I
to
was.
that one.
And this
Yes,
is something I love about the fact that I'm on the air with you. I've been trying to find a work or a care that would come and be on radio with me, so if I dysregulated, they could be okay about it. But none of them could handle it. No one wanted to do it. And here I am with a lovely lady that has the skills to be able to let me be and to handle me, even if I can't remember what the heck I'm saying, if I muck up or whatever else. It's all okay because we've got to be real. We're not damn perfect, any of us.
Oh, well, I'm excited that our lines have crossed, that I can come on this journey with you anyway and to create awareness, because essentially, I think, that's where your journey's going, is bringing awareness to all these things. So people know essentially that you're not alone. You're not alone. And that bravery it takes and that courage that it takes, especially when you said it took a lot for me to get here today. And we did, and we both know behind the scenes there how much it actually took, but you did it anyway. And just even that little bit can give someone courage in the same sort of, stepping, footing, whatever that word is,
Stepping out.
On the same
Yeah.
track, that it's okay. And there's people here that want to hear, want to support, and sort of know what you're going through, or want to know what you're going through.
I think
and
it's really important that we start sharing. We're kind of a society where, it's always happening to somebody else, but that's not real. So let's look at autism as an example. Now, there's a figure, 1 in 6 to 1 in 4 children in schools in Australia, I'm not sure if it's New South Wales, we'll do a podcast on it, have ADHD. So ADHD, autism, I apologise, I was talking about ADHD. And they say that 1 in about 40 adults. Right, so then you go, well, wait a minute. There is a question there, isn't there? Go on, do you want to ask it?
Yeah, there is. Like, why is it going up in statistics? Why is it going up in rates? I wonder why.
Or the bigger question,
So
why is it only 1 in 40 Australia-wide, but it's 1 in 6 to 1 in 4 in our schools? Why do you think that would be?
Maybe because they're put inside a box and don't get to be free.
Because they're testing them. They test the little ones. They test them in school. They notice when things are going wrong. Me, do you want to know how old I am?
How old?
Yeah, well, I'm in my mid-60s and I only found out a year and a half ago, so come on. So they're so the 1 in 40, yeah, because I was thinking that's not logical. How come we have 1 in 40 Australia-wide? So their claim is that in Coonamble, 75 people have autism. That's funny as anything, because in the schools, especially in certain areas in schools, 1 in 6 have ADHD. So if 1 in 6 have ADHD, that means we're picking them up early. It means the same amount in the adults. It's just we're not recognising it. So you could be out there and you could have ADHD or autism, and your life could be getting so much harder, and you don't realise it because you just think it's the stress of life. And let me tell you one thing. If you've got an autistic child...
Yes, I do.
You might want to get tested. I know it's a tough one. People don't want to think that they're autistic, but I'll tell you what, we wouldn't be going to the moon and doing all these other amazing things if it wasn't for people with autism and ADHD. So, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like a very unique set of skills there. Like I know my little fella certainly a unique set of skills, and people think they have this where people are neurodiverse might mean that they're somehow simple or no. These are some of the most smartest people you will ever find. However, in some aspects of maybe even just getting dressed in the morning, it might lag. But someone might be a genius with tech and write songs.
Oh,
and
can I tell you this?
Sort of stuff.
Guess who Microsoft Guess who Microsoft
Exactly.
employ? Autistic people. Microsoft,
Elon Musk,
handful
the most
of
successful person in the world, autistic. So
maybe we could do a podcast on just all the amazing
There is
discoveries and
amazing
people
things.
who were autistic. And without them, we'd still be sitting around the fire.
To do that. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, incredibly so. It could be like the new age of human evolution, where they're just developing all these newer skills that we didn't have nor need prior, and like we now need them because, you know, back in the you know ages, rock ages,
Interesting
or whatever,
theory,
where
but
we're
you know,
coming
autism
up.
is around the whole world, everywhere, 10 to 20% right now, and it's been here for so long. There are so many people that when you go back and you look at them now, it's as clear as anything.
Oh, so you're doing the hindsight 2020 era?
Yeah. You got to dig into
I'm
it.
thinking
Fascinating.
like an evolution thing, like all these different awesome skills that seem as neurodiverse now. They're going to be so needed. You think all the computer tech skills, the whole world's going AI, right? So they're going to fit right in. I'm going to be left behind. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I don't have the skills
unless
of
you've got
evolving.
autism.
Yeah, well, no, I don't.
Well, you haven't been diagnosed, so
No.
because you might not be left behind. I mean, heck, do you want to be left behind? Hurry up and get diagnosed. I am joking.
There's pros and cons to this.
How about we get on to
isn't
the
there?
next song?
There is a lighter topic to it, absolutely. You know, I don't think it all has to be, but there's a lot of good things. So coming up next, we'll have Still Here from Galag and Bone from Autistic Zone.
This is gulag on bone. On one side while you are alone, and we're a jury on the other side. Two rivers, one breath, old stories still walk here underfoot and sky. The women never left. They held the flame when the lights were off, sang the babies to sleep while the cattle rolled in, kept country breathing while no one else was looking. We're still here. Gallows overhead, roots deep under. Still got the smoke in our lungs. Still got the law in our veins. We're still here. Not waiting for permission. Not asking you to understand. The fence lines barefoot, cooked from the fire, spoken tongue they tried to take. She showed us where the middens sit, where the stars tell when to move. Told us the white fellas might Still he gathers overhead, roots deep under. Still got the smoke in our lungs, still got the lore in our veins. We're still he, not a story in a book, we are the page. She is a river, she is wind, she is the fire that don't burn out. We're still here, country never left us, and we never left her. You see red dirt, we see sacred ground. You see a postcode, we see bloodlines. Still here, still here.
Yeah, we've just been listening there from Still Here, Galag and Bone at Autistic Zone. Quite a heavy song there you've written, Lolly. And if you don't mind, I'd just like to read out the description because I know it's heavy
That
on
would be
your
really
heart
cool
and
because
you're
I'm going
very-
to cry my eyeballs out if I have to do it.
Yeah, I can see the tears there. So very raw, very real here. Anyway, here we go. Still Here, Galag and Bone is a song written from the heart of the country. It comes from the Wiradjuri and the Wallawam land.
You did
here
well there. I couldn't
here
even
in
attempt
Galag
that.
and Bone, New South Wales 2828, and the real red dirt, river country with the glass overhead and the strength underfoot. This isn't just a track, this is a true spoken in song. It's about the Aboriginal woman of this place who kept the fire burning, who held the babies, the stories, the pain and the culture. This song is dedicated to them, especially to my neighbour, Linny Girl. Linny Girl has been a key part of her own survival here in Galar. Her strength, her love and her quiet power have kept me grounded when I could have been lost. She is country, she is wisdom, and she is the woman this song sings for and sings to. If you're from here, I hope this makes you proud, and if you're not, I hope it makes you listen. We're still here, always were, always will be, dedicated to my Linny Girl and the woman who walk with her, seen and unseen, Galag and Bone forever.
Well, I didn't read it. It still made me cry.
That's a lot of love there. Lolly, tell me.
Linny kept me alive. You know, I was homeless for a while, and then I got a bit of land and I had sand to live in, but it was had water all through it and mould throughout it and everything. And, you know, I was doing it pretty rough. I was literally shitting in a bucket and no water, no power.
It was a bit rough.
Yep, and unable to drive due to domestic violence issues. I was injured, and Linny was my neighbour, and I'd have to nag her and beg her and say, excuse me, because I was foraging for food and I was really doing it tough. And I'd ask her to take me to town. I mean, I knew she had a busy life and everything. She's got a big family and she's quite a big part of the community and she's got quite a few roles. And it was so kind of her that she actually kept me alive. I would have been dead if it wasn't for Linny. You know, when we had all the heat and I had to try running generators, she'd help me get fuel. And so, she really helped me stay on this planet. And so, and sadly, there's a sadness to it too. Linny is not well. Linny's got stage 4 lung cancer and it's metastasized to her brain and she's had laser. In fact, this Thursday she's going in and it's tough. And it was so nice to have a song that's for her that can be left as part of Glargabone, you know, it is donated and dedicated to her. I also did another song, but this one's for Linny. Linny girl, this one's for you. Love you to bits. Thank you. Bless your cotton socks.
Yeah, sometimes you just find one of those angels living down around on earth with the rest of us. And I'm grateful she could be there for you in your time of need. And to all the other Linnies out there that are just amazing people. Yeah, keep on keeping on, because we need more gorgeous souls and kindness and awareness and just that general love for people that quite clearly Linny has showed to you.
She was great, and I'm sure I'll have a lot more stories to tell as well about that, especially about
Really
the being
wonderful
homeless
to
bit and all
hear.
that. I mean, I've had quite an adventure. I think it's time for another song.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. All right. Well, it's certainly been, an amazing journey with you so far. And Lolly, where to from next? What are we doing next? Where would you like to see this go, and what are we going to talk about?
Well, I've got a lot of subjects.
I know
Some
you
of them
do.
are going to be quite surprising, and all of mine's quite personal to Cunamble. I know I did some for Glargabone today, but quite a few of them are personal to Cunamble, and I can't wait to share them. Things I'd like to talk about is coercive control. I think it's really important. I think people don't understand it, and I've written songs about it, and they really don't understand what it means. Even the police don't understand it. Nobody understands it, but we've got it now. We've got laws around it, so you might want to understand it. So that's going to be a really key one if you want to avoid having that problem. It's definitely one you want to listen in on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Okay, let's throw in some domestic violence. Why not? Yeah. I've written songs about
Unfortunately,
that.
that is still something that is so apparent, and that's such a heavy subject. So that might be a bit of a trigger warning for those out there with little kiddies that maybe move them away from that right now, but
We will definitely be careful in our handling of the subject matter. I think that's paramount. I do not want to traumatise anybody, but we will cover autism,
things that do get
ADHD,
raw and rare though, and
aspects of autism as well. Ones that you might not have heard of, like PDA, and some other ones that I've been exploring because of my own diagnosis. So I've got a lot of topics. I even want to talk about alcoholism, because I used to be an alcohol counsellor. I used to be a therapist as well, and so I had my own practice, and so I guess we're going to have a lot of subjects to cover.
I'm sure there's many subjects that either yourself or maybe a loved one might be, that might be just you all over, or you need to learn a bit more about, or just simply to know that you're not alone. So creating awareness, isn't it, Lily?
Absolutely, and I can't wait. Head on over to Autistic Zone. Sorry, I'm only on SoundCloud at the moment, but I'm autistic and I'm really struggling to get my head around this. I've spent days and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I'm still not there yet. And so I am sorry about that, but it's quite a process for my brain.
It's been so amazing. Some of the songs on there, like they seem professionally done, guys. Jump on over to that. That's Autistic Zone at SoundCloud, which is free, isn't it?
And like any of it, it's totally free to download. And hey, here's the best thing about this, right? I saved this to last because I think this is grand. My songs are common license, or whatever it's called. That means you can take them and you can sing them. So grab some of my songs, go sing them yourselves, go record them yourselves. All I ask is you say that Autistic Zone, AUSTICZONE, wrote the lyrics, but go for it. Heck, I'd love to see it on The Voice or on TV. Come on, let's go for the stars, guys.
It's amazing. Look, they are so informative, and yeah, absolutely. If you've got The Voice out there, why not? And that's just lovely of you to share as well, there, Lily. So thank you for joining me today, and I can't wait for you to come back in next week, and we can deep dive. What's the first topic we're deep diving there?
I have no idea. It's going to be lucky dip. It depends upon how my brain's feeling on the day.
Fair enough. All right, we're going to go with the flow. Let's do that. Anyway, tune in next week, guys, because we'll be back and with lots of things to learn.
Bye, folks.
Thanks for coming in, Lolly.